Hi everyone, Tom Rudolph here. In this video, I'll show you how to export a score as a video in Sibelius and upload it to YouTube, including some tips on formatting and playback settings. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Once you have your score formatted and you want to export some or all of it as a video, go to File, Export, Video. Begin by choosing the configuration. These are the sounds that will be used. If you have Sibelius sounds, use that. If you have Note Performer, use that. Try to use something better quality than General MIDI Basic. Sibelius sounds or Note Performer are my two go-tos. In this case, I'm going to choose Sibelius sounds. There are some settings here. One option is omit muted instruments. We'll get to that later. That's if you mute them in the mixer. You can either show the playback line or uncheck it. It is sometimes helpful. If you do in the video, you'll be able to follow the playback line. Use score paper texture. This is in File Preferences. Switching off these options will reduce the size of the exported video file. In YouTube, that's not an issue. I would do this only if you have a specific look of the paper texture that you want. I have a white background. Now, if you use the score layout, it will look just like a page in the score, whatever your formatting is. If this was a large score, I might use that. In this case, I'm going to click Show Only These Staves. And this setting will display the entire score. The resolution, I typically use the fastest option, and the file size is really not an issue with YouTube. Next, I usually create a folder for all of my projects, and I have for this the easy winners. So if you haven't done that, you may want to create a folder so all of your videos will show up there. Now in this case, I'm all set to go. I have my settings. I'm clicking Export. It usually takes a few seconds or more, depending on the size. Now I would check and see how that sounds. So on my Mac, I'm going to the folder, and here's the video that was downloaded. And I would open that just to look at it and see the quality. Right click and choose Open With and use QuickTime Player. If you're on Windows, there are other players that you can use. And this will give you an idea of the playback. We now know it's playing, that's what it's going to look like, and now we're ready to go back and make other files for other players. So for example, if I go back to Export, Video, and slide over so we can see the window here, now if I wanted to make a recording that plays back the score but only shows the flute part, I can choose this here. If I want to choose multiple parts, I can either use the Shift key for contiguous parts or hold Command and select the non-contiguous part. And now in this case, again, if you say score layout, it's going to be the entire score. In this place, this setting, you can show the various parts. Let's say I just want to take the flute and the clarinet. So I'm holding down Command on Mac, Control on Windows, selecting that, and those two parts will be viewed. Now all of the same settings will still be retained, and I need to give it a different name. So I'm going to call this FLCL, so flute and clarinet, so it doesn't overwrite the other file. And now I'm clicking in the same folder, clicking Export. And when I go back to the folder, now I have another file. So you can continue to do that, exporting your parts for individual players This can be great if you're working with students or if you want to share specific parts for display, but hear the entire file. Now there's another option where it says omit muted instruments. If you go back to the file, press the letter M for the mixer, expand the mixer, you'll see that there is an S solo and an M mute button. If you choose and click solo, this will play just this part. You'll only have that part will be exported. If you want to play everything back but say the flute part, and so the flute player doesn't hear that part, you would have to mute. In Sibelius, when you click mute the first time, it is a half mute, 50% less volume. That might be a good option because that gives the flute player some audio of the part. If you want to mute the part entirely, click it twice. So let's say I wanted to mute just the flute part here. Would then, for playback, we'll only get the oboe, clarinet, horn, and bassoon. So now with that, I'm going to close that, go back to the File tab, go to Export, go to Video, and in this case, as long as this is checked, omit muted instruments, and export this. Now, again, I'm going to give this flute muted and click export. Going back to the folder. So using these techniques, you can create a wide variety of files exported to video. Now to share them. You can share these files with any option that you have. You can drag them to Google Drive, share them on Dropbox, but I think the best way is on YouTube. And I'm going to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and I'm going to share these videos, but I'm going to create them as unlisted. So I'm going to click the Create button here and upload video. I can just drag and drop these, and you can do multiple files at once. Click and shift click, and then I'm dragging them in. Click on your icon and go to YouTube Studio. And here you can click on your content. And you'll see that the 3 videos that I just uploaded are here. Clicking edit, and I can make any changes I want to the title, perhaps add a description. No, it's not made for kids, and then next. And here, create them as unlisted videos. This means that only those with the link will be able to see this video. If you make them public, then everyone can search for them and find them. If you make them private, you have to actually enter every person's email address where they log on to YouTube. I rarely use private for that reason. Unlisted means that if you share the link with anyone, they can watch the video. Save that one and click close. I'll do the same thing with each one that I uploaded. Now those videos are on my channel. If I click the video in YouTube Studio, I can see what it's going to look like, and I can copy the link. And if I open up a new tab and paste in that link, and now I can press play. And to share this, I can click the share button, copy the link, and share it with others, social media, or via email, or any of the other options you see here in the share option. If you found this video helpful, please like it and consider subscribing to our channel to check out our other videos.